everyone, my name is Nick Elston. I'm an inspirational speaker on the lived experience of mental health. I'm also the founder of a company called Forging People. Forging People is a new breed of people development. It's human-centered, personal and professional development. And a very warm welcome to the video today, and it's on coronavirus, how to manage anxiety when home working. And so we'll be sharing some tips, tools and techniques on managing anxiety in life and business and at home, especially in these troubling times. Most importantly, the insights that I offer from a lived experience perspective. I'm not a medical professional, therein lies a disclaimer. However, I do share my insights, my experiences, but I definitely do not offer advice. And if you are struggling with mental health or mental illness right now, please do reach out to me. I'm a strong, active signposter. I am a champion for time to change. I'm also a mental health first aider as well, so I can help point you in the right direction. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to quote anything, or if you have anything you want to share out, then please do use the hashtag Talking Anxiety across all of the social media platforms that I'm on, and both on Nick Elston and also on Forging People. So please do reach out to me. Okay, so heading straight into the tips. Number one is never assume. Mark Twain said some of the worst things in my life never actually happened. And how true is that? We assume a negative outcome to a lot of what we do, but especially now more than ever. If we struggle with mental health or mental illness, if we struggle with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, if we're out of our comfort zone completely right now, then actually we'll be highly sensitive and highly emotional to a lot of things we wouldn't necessarily react to in that way. So actually to take away the assumption is the best thing you can do right now. If the world's greatest minds don't know even when this is going to end, let alone how this is going to play out, then actually who are we to take a stab at that? So one of the things that I do, which I'll share shortly, is actually I decrease my immersion in what's going on and focus on the things that I can control. But the first thing I do is to never assume the outcome of anything. And that, I think that actually keeps that reality check, that fact check in place. The second tip is to set your boundaries. There's two prongs to this. As somebody who's worked from home for quite a while, I've actually got an office in the centre of Bristol as well, but for obvious reasons we can't go there right now. Set my boundaries. So my boundaries are that I have a room that's dedicated to where I work. This is my space, so that means when I close the door on an evening, finally, then I will go down and actually I'll be in my home space. So actually having that differential space. So even if you haven't got the spare room, make sure you've got a place where you work and then actually a place where you can switch off as well. It just gives you that kind of mental switch off at the end of the day as well. The second part of this is to set boundaries with the people around you. Again, this can be a really challenging time, being even around with people we love. If we're kind of like in our faces all the time, set your boundaries, ring fence your space, protect yourself, and actually make sure that you've all got that space for you to do your own thing, and we all need that room. So again, set your boundaries, and actually that will keep your mentality strong. Move. Kind of sounds kind of common sense. It's true. Now more than ever, especially if we're working from home, we will be sat down a lot more. We'll either be sat at our workspace or sat on the sofa, or maybe led down when we're going to sleep. So we're constantly in a state of inactivity. Even simply, if you set an alarm every hour just to get up, go downstairs, get yourself a glass of water, the very least you'll be more hydrated. But actually just that process of throwing in a few steps, it changes your physical state. But if we change our physical state, our mental and emotional state lifts as well. So actually the process of movement is very, very important. Right now, as I record this, we are allowed to go out for one piece of exercise a day. So actually choose that exercise wisely. I've been going out for a run. I'm doing couch to 5K. It could be the fact I go and walk the dog, but now we need to do it all in one sitting. So choose that exercise that you want to do and make sure every single day you get a big area of movement in to really kind of boost that energy level. Stay connected. We are in isolation, we are in lockdown, so therefore we have an enforced environment. Now, if that's an environment that is just yours, you live alone, or if you live with a very small number of people, it actually can be quite daunting to have that kind of space without feeling that external kind of reach out that you need. And we have things like Zoom, we have video calls and Skype and lots of different things, just a phone call. Let's really make sure that we make an extra effort to stay connected, because actually this whole situation could mean that we actually end up being more connected globally. And I've seen that already, people reaching out more, people speaking more. reconnecting with friends and family they don't speak to as much, actually speaking more now. So actually, if you turn this on its head, if you reframe this could be a great opportunity and give you more time to start to reach out to people again. Make sure you get that kind of contact and that support that you need. That leads me nicely into sharing your challenges. Right now, I think that there's this gradual unveiling of the mask. And for those who know me, though I talk about the mask a lot, about we try and be what people want to see in us. We try and be what situations demand of us most of the time. But actually, the truth is that we can start to share exactly how we feel. If we're starting to be connected to people and having calls and conversations, don't be afraid of saying if you're scared. Don't be afraid to saying if you're kind of feeling that fear right now, if you're feeling angry or emotional or sensitive. It's really important. A lot of people are acting differently to how they would usually act because everyone is operating from a position of fear and the unknown right now. Most people like to think with the end in mind and work back from how they're going to get there in business and even personally as well. When we don't know that, actually that can make us feel a bit lost, like every day is Groundhog Day. So make sure that if you're feeling that, be honest and open up and use your contacts and share your challenges. Really, really important. Get dressed. Again, sounds pretty obvious. I'm not doing I think it was a myth, like Trevor McDonald, like just a shirt and tie and a suit above here and nothing on underneath. Yeah, I guarantee you I'm wearing clothes, I promise you. However, the process of getting dressed means you're preparing for a day. You have more positive intent. And actually, it's very easy to fall down into the kind of, for me, shorts and t-shirt. It could be your PJs, it could be a dressing gown. You just kind of wander around your pants all day. That's not good. You need to have that kind of regular routine, bringing that routine where actually you feel like you're getting ready for something. It sharpens you, it makes you feel fresh, less lethargic. It gives your mental health a real boost to actually know that you feel proud enough in yourself and you feel ready enough for the day ahead. Then you go stronger. Every single day you go stronger by having that routine. There's a fantastic talk on actually if you make your bed every day, how much of an impact that has on your mental health. And I'll share that link after I've posted this video for you guys as well. Sleep. For a long time, I used to get by on maybe 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Because actually due to my anxiety, my brain would go on loop. I would be constantly firefighting in that kind of fight or flight state. But actually, since I've started sleeping more, it's had a massive effect on my mental health. But we all feel maybe at the moment it's a bit of a school night syndrome, that we're staying up and doing different things and maybe not looking after our sleep so much. But actually now more than ever, we need that kind of recharge space. I mean, I'll come on to recovery right at the end, but we need that kind of recharge space that sleep brings us. And actually what happens is if you start to have that routine where you start to really recharge, you sleep well, you rest well, then you go again stronger the day after. Right now it's about keeping up our resilience, and sleep is massive and instrumental to keeping our resilience high. So by all means, rest up, but also sleep. Properly sleep and prepare yourself for that too. I touched on earlier the importance of a routine and still maintaining a routine even though we're in very different, or as my favourite author Terry Pratchett puts it, very interesting times. Having a routine will actually maintain your mindset, will keep that process in place, actually that kind of structure that we need to make sure that we function not just efficiently, but we feel that we've achieved as well. So if there's things you have to do, make sure, say keep a little to-do list, tick it off, you get those kind of like small wins along the way. It really, really does help boost that. Like I said, all we have right now is every single day. That's all we have. And actually we don't know what the big picture is. We don't know when this is going to stop. So all we have is the power to go into every day. So build a routine which protects yourself. Maybe you have a little more time right now where you can start to incorporate more exercises. Maybe you can start to incorporate more self-care, looking after yourself, reading up, developing, lots of different things. So build that into a routine, but a routine that's going to really empower you to thrive. Engage wisely. This is, as for those who have seen me speak before, this is one of the most key factors for me, but now more than ever, we do need to engage wisely. If we start to immerse ourselves in the news, if we start to immerse ourselves in social media, what Donald Trump's up to nowadays, that kind of stuff, that will have a negative impact on our mental health, trust me. So actually, I've kind of safeguarded myself. The way that I've done this is instead of watching the news constantly and being overwhelmed about what's going on right now, and potentially putting myself at risk of fake news and therefore creating anxiety about something that's not even happening, I will watch the update from the Prime Minister's office every evening, but that's it. Rest of the day I switch off. I'm not going to distance myself from the fact that there's a situation going on. What I will do is make sure I'm engaging wisely. But that also goes for people that you're engaging with as well. Choose, now more than ever, choose who you engage with and make sure you engage with them on your terms. Make sure they're good for you. And my favourite topic to finish on is recovery with a small r. So what I mean by that is big recovery is things like recovery from mental breakdowns or recovery from heart attacks or something like that. But actually this is recovery with a small r. Every single day we should be building recovery into our lives so that actually we are recharged and we go again strong again tomorrow. Being locked down, being self-isolated or isolated doesn't mean that we have to stop recovering, because I guarantee you, actually I've probably hasn't worked as hard as this in a long time because I'm doing all the things that I've put off for a long time. So my energy is still being depleted, but because I'm not moving as much as I do when I'm out and about and speaking and traveling and lots of different things, actually my energy needs to be really protected because I'm sat down for a lot longer, my energy is going nowhere. And we all know what that feels like. If you've been sat down for too long, energy just goes. So the way to recover, as I said before, is to firstly work out if you're an introvert or an extrovert. An introvert recharges in their own company. So there's obviously a scale to these things, but an extrovert recharges in the company of others. Now, where do you feature on that scale? So I'm actually an introvert, but also what this is teaching me is that I can have too much on my own company as well. So I tend to spend my working day on my own doing this stuff and then family time on the evening. And actually that combination really works well for me. So work out where you kind of feature in that. The other parts of recovery is to bring in the stuff that you love to do. So I firmly believe right now there's going to be a real rise of creative stuff. So the things that we always want to do but never get around to, reading, it could be something like jigsaws or painting, or it could be just conversing, having conversations with people. Work out what actually makes you feel good and bring that into your recovery process every single day. Listen to music that lifts you. Listen to audiobooks and podcasts and lots of different things that inspire you. And the other element to this as well, with recovery, is to make sure that this is all combined with your routines and your exercises and everything else. All of this is going to have a massive toll. We are no doubt more anxious culturally and also individually right now because of the situation that's going on. We have, if you're a business owner, if you work as an employee, we've got the concerns of our money, we've got the concerns of our professional lives, we've got the concerns of when this is going to end, and we just don't know. And actually, so what we're doing, that very much to start with, we were in survival mode. The survival mode was basically working out, right, can we get through this? And if we can get through this, how are we going to do it? So basically looking at the nuts and bolts, the finances and the home stuff and that kind of stuff. And then finally, we go from survival mode into the exciting bit, which is the evolution mode. Now, for those who know me, you know that adversity to excitement is a really big thing for me. I firmly believe our biggest challenge is forge us to become something better. That I do believe that if we can survive this and thrive through this, I'm sure we will actually come out stronger and smarter at the other end. And we'll be doing things differently. We'll be living life differently. Now more than ever, this is the time to really know what a life on your terms means to you and actually get that process in place. So when we leave our houses, post-apocalypse, when we leave our houses, we can step out and step up into a new beginning, a fresh start. And then we go again with all the things that we've learned, with all the new habits and routines and morals and everything else we can put in place right now. But also know, and I want to finish with this, is every storm runs out of rain. That every problem will pass. Even though it doesn't feel like it right now, we're right in the middle of that storm. Please do keep going. Don't give up. Make sure you keep on keeping on. Keep up the energy. Keep up working on yourself. Keep up working on your business if you're in business. Lots of different things you can develop yourself along the way and actually come out of this a stronger, better, happier person than you actually came into it. That's what adversity does to us. Adversity forges something better. Adversity forges something more powerful, and that's what's going to happen to you if you make sure you do the right things now. So, Over to you. Wrap up, I just wanted to stress again, if you want to reach out with me, you can find me on www.nickelston.com. You can email me on nick@nickelston.com, and please do reach out to me. As I said, I am not a solution bringer in terms of a medical professional, but I will very much like to hear from you if you have any questions. Always happy to answer those questions. If I can't answer them, I'll probably know someone who will. If you're struggling right now, if you need to reach out to anybody to have a conversation, please do reach out. If it's to do with mental health or mental illness, then I can definitely signpost you in the right direction of people that can help you. So again, please don't think you're alone. This, like I said, is unprecedented. Everyone's making it up as they go along. There are new rules being created every single day. So do not feel that you're alone in this. And if you feel scared, reach out. If you feel like you're struggling, reach out. The important thing is that isolation doesn't have to be lonely. So that's me. All the best, and I'll look forward to catching you on the other side. It's Nick Elston. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.